streamed straight to you. Please welcome your host, Game Awards trending gamer, Greg Miller.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective. Yesterday we ran you through more than 30 games, and today, well, we're not giving you a chance to catch your breath. We have ID at Xbox debuts, developer walkthroughs, games giving back, and so much more. In fact, we've gone ahead and bundled up today's titles so you can get a big old rock block of your favorite genres. So without further ado, action adventure fans, here are a bunch of world premieres.
Exclusive.
Somewhere out amongst the stars, there is a world teeming with life and beauty. But this world is dominated by a terrible alien force. The Eternal Cylinder. No one knows what it is or where it came from. They only know that it cannot be stopped. But sometimes, it is the smallest, most unassuming of creatures that manage to find a way forward. To survive, they must band together. Mutate. Adapt. Evolve. Learn. And overcome. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. The Eternal Cylinder cannot be stopped.
Hey everyone, I'm One Hasmir, Game Director at Metronomic. I'm very excited to be part of the Guerilla Collective today to show you our new rhythm-infused action-adventure game, No Straight Roads. Zook are part of an indie rock band called Bunkbed Junction, who must use the power of rock to fight against NSR, a corrupt EDM empire. Right. So we are on our way to the next concert.
It's a gift to the world.
I agree.
You get to meet a cast of characters as you explore all of the battles in No Straight Roads are quite different, and you'll have to work out how to overthrow each main boss. But in the case of Sayu, how do you defeat something that isn't real?
I'm Dave Goldfarb. I'm creative director of The Outsiders, yeah, I make games occasionally.
Damn straight you do.
This is Troy Baker. Troy is a legendary actor of video game and film and TV. What you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger.
Judge sent her here first time. Now she's come back for him.
The game is about this character, calling the Unknown, her journey to overturn the rulership of Hell. She has a number of tools to do that, and one of the main ones is the character that Troy plays, we're calling Paz, who's also sort of a weapon, this skull that sort of has this capability to harness the power in song. In addition to being this weapon, he's also this sort of narrator of the story.
There's Minerva, otherwise known as Divine Abolisher.
The whole thing with this game is that doing actions on beat is rewarding in some fashion. It can increase your score for one thing, but also does stuff like build up your ultimate. Also, this is a weird thing, but when you're like kind of maximum performance, when your multiplier, the tier, is at its highest, that's when the music builds and builds in terms of like aggression and fullness, because these are basically layered tracks. So the vocals kick in.
What's happening, everyone? I'm Justin Woodward, co-founder of the Media Indie Exchange, The Mix, and one of the producers behind the Guerilla Collective, helping to organize the show alongside our developer, publishing colleagues, and our great friends at Kind of Funny. We appreciate everyone's support for the show and tuning in. It is going to be an amazing experience. But we also wanted to put a positive message out into the world during these uncertain times. We are all proud of what we've accomplished thus far with the Guerilla Collective, as well as the message of being stronger united. But we cannot ignore the tragedies of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and the other Black victims of police brutality and racially motivated violence. Last weekend, we put together the Black Voices in Gaming stream with the support of our partners to share a positive message, as well as aid for those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, through the addition of a charity supported by Tiltify, where you can donate to the streams. During the show, we will remind everyone ways that they can donate through the links below. Thanks for listening, supporting these movements, stay safe, and enjoy the Guerilla Collective. Peace.
Welcome to the Guerilla Collective. a 3-day digital festival of game announcements, trailers, and demos streamed straight to you. Please welcome your host, Game Awards trending gamer, Greg Miller.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 2 of the Guerilla Collective. Yesterday, we ran you through more than 30 games, and today, well, we're not giving you a chance to catch your breath. We have ID at Xbox debuts, developer walkthroughs, games giving back, and so much more. In fact, we've gone ahead and bundled up today's titles so you can get a big old rock block of your favorite genres. So without further ado, action-adventure fans, here are a bunch of world premieres.
Exclusive.
Somewhere out amongst the stars, there is a world teeming with life and beauty. But this world is dominated by a terrible alien force. The Eternal Cylinder. No one knows what it is or where it came from. They only know that it cannot be stopped. But sometimes, it is the smallest, most unassuming of creatures that manage to find a way forward. To survive, they must band together. Mutate. Adapt. Evolve. Learn. And overcome. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. The Eternal Cylinder cannot be stopped.
Hey everyone, I'm One Hasmir. Alright, welcome to Vinyl City. In this game, you control Mayday and Zook. Mayday and Zook are part of an indie rock band called Bunkerbed Junction, who must use the power of rock to fight against NSR, a corrupt EDM empire who has banned rock from all forms of performances in the city. Each district in Vinyl City is ruled by a different NSR artist, from a globe-spinning DJ to a robotic boy band and a piano-playing child prodigy as well. You can use the power of music to interact with objects in the environment as well. For example, playing your guitar here will open the door to access a new area. We are excited to see how you will use your music to interact with various items in the game. Right, so we are on our way to the next concert.
The sea is a gift to the world.
Oh, I agree.
You'll get to meet a cast of characters as you explore Vinyl City, so be sure to talk to them all.
Seriously, I doubt she could even catch slow-moving turtles.
Okay, it's time to head inside and meet Sayu.
Ooh, she looks cute. Ryan, touch me! Hey, come back here!
Sayu is a digital idol who visualizes herself as a mermaid. And while she looks friendly, she doesn't take kindly to Mayday and Zook interrupting her concert. All of the battles in No Straight Roads are quite different, and you'll have to work out how to overthrow each main boss. But in the case of Sayu, how do you defeat something that isn't real? That's just a small flavor of No Straight Roads. We can't wait for you to see more of it very soon, and bring Rock home when the game launches on Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC this summer.
And with the power of rock, the music revolution starts right now!
Exclusive.
I'm Dave Goldfarb. I'm creative director of The Outsiders, and yeah, I make games occasionally.
Damn straight you do.
This is Troy Baker. Troy is a legendary actor of video game and film and TV. What you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger.
Judge sent her here first time. Now she's come back for him.
The game is about this character, calling the Unknown, her journey to overturn the rulership of Hell. She has a number of tools to do that, and one of the main ones is the character that Troy plays, we're calling Paz, who's also sort of a weapon, this skull that sort of has this capability to harness the power in song. In addition to being this weapon, he's also this sort of narrator of the story.
Here's Minerva, otherwise known as Divine Abolisher.
The whole thing with this game is that doing actions on beat is rewarding in some fashion. It can increase your score for one thing, but it also does stuff like build up your ultimate. Also, this is a weird thing, but when you're like kind of maximum performance, when your multiplier, the tier, is at its highest, that's when the music builds and builds in terms of like aggression and fullness, because these are basically layered tracks. So the vocals kick in at this highest level.
But I remember when you first talked to me about it, you're like, so we're going to have this mechanic where we're using music. And I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't understand at first what you meant by that. And it wasn't until I actually saw the gameplay. And I almost said, like, dude, that's kind of cool how it actually matches up to where it's like in time. And you're like, yeah, that's the whole point of the game. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's it, dude. It's just wake up.
There's a certain rhythm to the way that we play anyway, so leaning into that and creating a mechanic around that, to me, was like, well, yeah, it's what I already do. It's that level of emergence that good games give us when they go, we're going to take what you already want to do, and we're going to build it out and allow you to do more of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a flow thing. I think when I was thinking about the game, 4 years ago, when it was just a concept, I was like, oh, it would be cool to do something. Because I was playing, I don't remember what I was playing, but I was playing something and listening to Meshuggah and killing stuff in the beat, and I was like, this is cool.
What I appreciate about this is that, yeah, you've got this cool twist and mechanic as far as like the rhythm and the I don't know, how do you want to frame that? It's like the rhythm and the wreckage, you know?
That's good.
But it doesn't feel tacked on because it feels endemic to the world because of the way that, and I don't know which came first. It sounds like the mechanic thing came first, and you kind of built the world and the character around that. But it feels like it makes sense why there's a rhythm, as opposed to, okay, I just have to have a rhythm, because there's always that weird, and we always employ this phrase, but ludonarrative dissonance, where it's like, well, that I get that the world and the character's trying to do that, but there's actually a big disconnect between the world that you're presenting me with and the task that you're giving me to do inside of that world.
Right.
So this, to me, was like, oh, I understand this is who she is, and this is why also she, vis-a-vis, I am a badass if I continue to do this so well. And it's just that even like the UI of it, there's so many things that are encouraging me and rewarding me for being a badass.
The game came out of like I knew that I wanted to do that rhythm thing, but then the character of the Unknown, like immediately, sometimes you just know. And it hasn't happened to me very often.
So would you say the Unknown is kind of still, that's the first draft that stuck? Or do you feel like you...
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's dumb, but as soon as I wrote the name, I wrote the Unknown and went, that's it.
Wow.
And then everything else kind of worked after that. The time between you going, that's it, and actually making it work is usually an extended period of suffering.
Visions come to prepared spirits. To me,
maybe
that's not just like, oh, I just had this idea for character. It's all the years that you've had as a dev working and understanding character. It has put you in a place to go, here it is. It feels momentary, and it feels like it came to you almost as a vision. But it's actually all of the years that you have spent
suffering and failing,
developing and understanding and world building.
Unknown takes the house.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff, like the way that the music wound up happening, like, and being this crazy dynamic layered thing, you know, all these vocals come in and stuff, that actually came a little later. That was not even something that we thought we could get to work. But the audio team, of course, is a bunch of wizards, and then the artists themselves are god tier. So yeah, we definitely did a bunch of stuff that we didn't think we'd be able to.
I don't know how quickly you assembled this team, but now you've got all of this that's kind of coming together to a thing, and you can now pick up a controller and now play. Like, seeing it become tangible has got to feel great.
It is, but I've just been working on this thing for 10 months or so, I think. And the idea was just something in the back of my head while I was working on Darkborn, you know, and Darkborn didn't work out. And then I was in this place where it was like, well, we could do this other thing, and we have the knowledge, I think, here. Let's give it a shot. And then, luckily, the team was really good. Basically, they made the best prototype I've ever seen in like 2 or 3 months. And it was really clear, like, there was something there. And I think everybody just kind of placed their bets that we would be able to figure it out, because it's new. Like, nobody had ever made anything like this of any of us before. We knew how to make shooters, so that's kind of where we landed. Make sure that the shooting is good, make sure that the movement is good, and we'll figure out the rhythm stuff. Uh-oh, it's time for the actual boss battle, who will feature Jen Hale.
Destroy you! Die!
So the Red Judge, what can be said? Well, I mean, I don't want to give anything away. However, she's the primary antagonist, the immovable wall to the unknown's unstoppable force, if you will.
Hey!
Yeah,
Joseph Campbell is just applauding you.
Yeah,
right
he's exactly. Oh, don't. Anyway, so she's bad news, and she and the unknown have some kind of history that is, or it's unknown. No, I'm joking. But she's the primary enemy for the player, and features prominently in all of these. Kind of all of the hells and all the progression and so on. So don't want to get on her bad side. And I'm sure Jen Hale will be happy to talk about her at a later date.
Jen Hale, you know, for all fans of Mass Effect, and this is, by the way, not hating on male Shep, but femme Shep is the way that I play Mass Effect.
No, for me too.
Right? It was something new and fresh inside of that genre. And just her performance was like, man, I've had this as the voice of the hero. And so to hear her play, to juxtapose that, to hear her play an antagonist, like you said, that the immovable force is like, yes. The nerd in me was like, yay.
Yeah, no, it's good. And you know, she's really funny, but she does all these like voices and stuff on the whenever we were doing sessions.
I've heard, I would never guess that was Jen Hale, and cute little character voices.
That's the one. Yeah, she would do the cute characters, and I was like, what?
I have no idea that came out of it, but her creature sounds are just amazing.
I should have asked her to do creature sounds. I
would
have called her up and be like, so about these creature sounds that Troy's been talking about.
This ends here. I shall not be overcome. Nothing can
This game, every step of the way, I've just been constantly impressed and excited to not only be a part of this game, but for the date when I can actually finally sit down, pick up the controller, and actually play this game.
When is that? Oh wait, I know. It's gonna be 2021 at some point.
Get us out of this year and let us celebrate this game.
Seriously, let's just anything to get out of this year. So yes, when we exit this year, your present hopefully will include a vaccine and the release of this product. So
that would be a hell of a collector's edition, by the way. If you get the collector's edition that also comes with the vaccine, this game will literally save your life.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. This goes out to all you video gamers and video game fans and video game developers and video game makers and video game enthusiasts and video game grand poobahs and video game curious people out there, man. Thank you so much, number one, for supporting my game, Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. I'm here to talk about 2D games, kids. Two-dimensional games. They got the one-dimensional person to talk about two-dimensional games. I grew up on 2D games. I'm an Atari 2600 kid, played a lot of Pitfall. I love my side scrollers and whatnot. Once we entered the age of the 3 dimensions or the FPS, like that was too big for me. It was like taking acid and seeing the universe. Way too big for me, man. I was cool with side scroller, but people stopped making that. Lo and behold, they didn't, because in the indie game community, they're still making side scrollers, just like Interbank made our Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl and stuff like that. So I support you indie game developers out there. Thank you for everyone who's still supporting games and whatnot. And let's be honest, that's everybody, particularly at this time and whatnot. I'm here to drop a bunch of 2D titles on you. And while I'm here, we're also going to drop a trailer on you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to show you the trailer for our forthcoming video game, Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch. That's right, man. This game is beautiful. People haven't seen what this looks like. It doesn't have the charming 8-bit appearance that we have with Mall Brawl. This game, the boys been working on really, really long and hard and stuff. So thanks for being here, watching. Thanks for being indie game developers and indie game fans, game developers and game fans. Thank you for making creative things, the creative choice. 2 paths in this world, destruction and creation. All of us here choosing creation, even though we play games about destruction. Without further ado, here's a game about destruction. Jay and Silent Bob, Chronic Blunt Punch.
Exclusive.
Follow me, my dear. The creatures of darkness come for you. They prey on thy flesh and soul. I have witnessed such horrors.
Hi, Chris from the 30XX team here. Today we're going to talk about the game's deuteragonist, Ace, the War Relic. 1,000 years have passed, and Ace is back with some new tricks. Ace's style system gives him a wide array of new techniques that he can weave together for fluid movement and devastating combos. His styles include attacks, defenses, and movement tech, so Ace has an answer to pretty much any sticky situation. For example, with the Dolomite link here, Ace can launch himself onto enemies, exploding and getting a jump boost. While he's airborne, he can't be hurt by enemy touch damage, so he can always find a safe landing. It also works on stage objects. With the Zen Ascent here, Ace has a flaming uppercut that he can use in midair for a little bit of extra height, and his Raijin call lets him call down the lightning from above and then shoot it right back out. Unlike Nina's energy, Ace's style bar recharges quickly, so you don't really have to worry about conserving energy. Ace's new systems have been a ton of fun to build, and I hope you're as excited to try them out as I've been designing them. For more info, check out the Discord and Steam page info in the end slate. Thank you so much for watching. Stay home, stay safe, and play video games.
Exclusive.
Hold on. Speed limit looked awesome. Anyway, let's go from that frantic, fast-paced, crazy action to something a bit more subdued. A thinking person's pair of genres, if you will. Yes, I'm talking about plotting your move based on your opponents and trying to romance a character through your wit and determination. Let's look at some strategy games and RPGs.
Exclusive.
Welcome to your island resort. A perfect getaway to while away the hours without a care in the... Oh, wait. No. This is Evil Genius 2, and this is a mere cover for nefarious world domination. Now, before we head to Rebellion's underground HQ for a few villainous announcements, let's go on a tour of the world's first gameplay trailer that was unleashed yesterday with lead designer Rich Edwards.
This is Evil Genius 2. It is Rebellion's premier world domination simulator, where we're inviting you to build your very own evil lair into an island paradise. The lair is made up of many different kinds of rooms, from the inner sanctum, where the genius will be plotting their next move, to the barracks, where the minions can rest and regather their strength for the next assault, and the laboratories, where mad science will take place on a daily basis.
Ooh, so who are these guys? Are we in control of this lot?
They're your workforce. They're the people who obey your every whim. You tell them what you want done and they will do it. So if you want a new room in your lair, you tell them where it should be, what size, what it should look like, the things it should have in it, and they will go and do it for you. We're using something we call the shoot them you idiots paradigm, where you as the genius are focused on the big picture stuff and your minions worry about the details.
I like the idea of having minions, but why are they so essential here?
Well, the genius isn't going to do everything themselves. They need people to do things for them. For example, it's very rare to see a genius get so hands-on in their plans, and instead rely on a vast network of mooks, goons, thugs to do these things for them.
So, for fans of the original game, do we have any new types of minions?
There's a few remixes in there that I'm sure eagle-eyed fans will spot if they watch the trailer closely. There's a whole bunch of minions that we are actually bringing back from the original.
So, henchmen seem a bit more important. Who have we got here?
They are your upper-class criminals, and they serve you directly. So whilst a minion will go away and do something for you, a henchman you can reach in and give them specific orders. Go and kill that agent, go and interrogate this person. You can also utilise their special abilities, of which they have many.
And it looks like we have a few to choose from.
We have got a number of henchmen in Evil Genius. They begin life as crime lords, originally opposed to the Evil Genius, but then you're the boss, you'll be bringing them into your own organisation. So you'll be doing battle with their criminal empire as the boss and make them fall in line to go and do it. We're giving the player a greater measure of control over these characters, and that includes being able to use their special abilities.
Well, speaking of people entering the lair, it's time for the seriously satisfying bit. These are traps for secret agents when they get into your lair, right?
Yes, they are. We showed off a few last year. We showed off the fan trap, the shark tank and the laser wall, but there's 3 new ones being shown here. This year we're showing off the fan trap in-game and also the boxing glove in action. If you look carefully, you can also see a large fake safe designed to frustrate thieves and an array of poison darts. Players will be able to chain these however they want to create unique trap combinations that really destroy any agents who come hunting through their lair.
So for fans of the series, this is actually the return of Maximilian as the evil genius?
Yes, it is. This is Maximilian. As supervillains go, he's pretty much the gold standard. We've also brought back Red Ivan, who's a henchman in the first game, given him a bit of a promotion, turned him into a genius of his own right, and there's some extra new blood in there too. We have 2 of the geniuses who we'll be talking about at a later date.
Ooh, intriguing. Speaking of intriguing, doomsday devices. What can you tell me, Rich?
I mean, what's a villain without a villainous plan? Every villain needs a doomsday device, and you can't really call yourself a villain if you don't have one. Each genius has their own doomsday device, tailored to their own unique playstyle. We'll be talking more about those in the days to come, but they each have their own distinct power, and every time you fire it at the world, you'll be making a ginormous impact.
Thank you. So that's everything you need to know about taking over the world in Evil Genius 2. Now, it's time for Rebellion's own evil genius for a development update.
Welcome to Evil Genius 2 World Domination. I'm excited to tell you that the original composer James Hannigan of Evil Genius is returning to the same duties on Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
Thank you, Jason, and hello. My name is James Hannigan. You may have heard my music before within series such as Harry Potter, Command & Conquer, Dead Space, Theme Park, RuneScape, and of course the original Evil Genius. I have created a new, stylish soundtrack for Evil Genius 2. Here is a preview. Jason.
Coming up soon on the Rebellion official Twitch stream is more exclusive content. There's more coming on the run-up to the release of the game. There's going to be some free content for the online community. We're going to be doing game streams. We're also going to be doing deep dives with the devs. If you want to follow more shenanigans as we build up to the release of the game, follow us on Twitter at Evil Genius. Follow us on Facebook, Evil Genius Game. And finally, we'll be ending with the closed beta, which should be very exciting before the game release. Before you go, I have a couple of missions for you. First of all, don't forget to add Evil Genius 2 to your Steam wishlist. Secondly, for free content, sign up on evilgeniusgame.com. And now we return you to your non-evil, normal scheduled broadcasting.
We have to nuke the poles, Amy. The terraforming plan could be shortened by years. It's worth the risk.
I'm concerned that if we do this, there may be uncalculated consequences for the colonies.
We live on Mars, Amy. What could be riskier than that?
Hopefully nothing. Bombs are working. The ice caps are evaporating.
Future generations will gaze at the Martian sunset upon a blue ocean. I can't believe it.
Only if the temperature is high enough, Elia. Mars's wilderness won't give up as easily.
Then let's occupy the rest of this rock.
You're trespassing.
What's happening, Amy? There was an explosion and the lights of what models are on fire.
Desist now.
I'm losing control.
Abandon Mars or suffer the consequences.
exclusive.
Many years I've spent searching for them, amidst the ruins, deep beneath the sands, where powerful secrets of an ancient Riverlon lie. Powers of forgotten gods, corrupted kings. Dangerous, yes, but powerful? Oh, most certainly. Fortunes have been forged and ruined with their might, and those who dare to face the bearer of such powers, they all fall. Have you come to claim the true power of the armor?
Captain Sexapper, slaver of the seas,
Servant of the Source King. I seek my fortune, my glory.
I am no witch. The spores do this.
To betray me shall cost you everything. And I will not stop until I find them all. The hidden relics of Riverlon.
World premiere.
Hey, people trash. Welcome to the Midnight Stress Session. Get ready to bloom in 3, 2, 1.
One of my favorite RPGs ever, Persona 4 Golden, is back and now on PC for the first time ever. Actually, it's Persona's first time ever on the PC, and it features English and Japanese audio options. Just look at these high-definition graphics, and the gameplay looks smoother than ever. In Persona 4 Golden, you play as a high school student who gets involved in a series of bizarre murders, just like all of us, after he discovers the mysterious Midnight Channel on TV, set to the backdrop of the countryside in Japan. The entire story is just about the bonds of friendship, confronting your inner self, and of course, Nanako. Protect her at all costs. Anyways, the game is out now on Steam. Go get it!
Hey everybody, I'm Northern Lion and I'm excited to be introducing for you a crop of brand spanking new games. You know, as a YouTuber, I've long held the belief that really the only reason I'm able to do my job is because of the hard work of the talented folks who present their games at events like this. They spend months or even years of their lives locked in their office, working their wizardry on stuff like design, code, art, community, QA, and so on. And then people like me come in and for 30 minutes we play it and go, it's good. You know, we have it really easy, and we have it easy because of the hard work of people that are presenting their stuff today. So, of course, I jumped at the opportunity to come in and help and introduce the games. And secondarily, I want to encourage you, if you like what you see today, tell the people who made it that you like what you saw. I'm sure they'd love to hear it. For now, let's check them out.
World premiere.
I'll make this quick. Let's get this going. Watermark slash. I hope you're ready for this.
Every day is something new. When my day begins with you, we've got everything we need. As long as I've got
Exclusive.
You made it! It's me, Professor Scholz, Nina. Isn't your research station cozy? So now, what we really need is a close-up of this scribble near its stash. We found them in treetops, under rocks, anywhere, really. When you see the squirrel on your TV, print it out and fax it to me. Got it? Great, then you're set. Talk soon. What the... Is that what I think it is? Seems like things have only gotten stranger and stranger in Mammoth Forest over the last few years. Phew, we'll have our work cut out for us.
Hey friends, I'm Danny O'Dwyer from Noclip, the crowdfunded YouTube channel that makes documentaries about how video games are made. All of us here at Noclip really appreciate the enormous effort that goes into creating video games. And one of the things we've learned over the years is that one of the more challenging aspects of game creation for studios is actually getting their finished game in front of players' eyeballs. So I just want to take a moment to thank you all for watching the Guerilla Collective show. Shall we keep the show going? All right, here's some more new footage from some amazing teams. Enjoy.
World premiere.
Hello everyone, this is Darren, Creative Director from Runwild Entertainment, and we're here to talk about Almighty Kill Your Gods. In Almighty, you take the role of an alpha, a magical warrior infused with the power of your ancestors. You are reborn to protect your tribe against the tyranny of the Elder Gods. Almighty is an online action RPG with a fluid approach to co-op multiplayer. You can choose to play solo, with friends, or random players that you meet. You are equipped with power gauntlets, which are your magical weapon platforms. You can infuse these with power stones that provide magical abilities, and on your back, an amulet that you can charge to trigger epic spells. You can double jump and glide like a mystical ninja, or you can sprint on all fours like a beast and charge headfirst into battle. Slam down on enemies with your metal fists. Shoot balls of lightning, globs of healing magic, summon meteor storms, and much more. Your character class is determined by your own unique playstyle and the choices in how you equip your character. The goal is to become almighty and rebuild your home island. By hunting and looting in the enemy-controlled lands, you'll need loot dropped from fallen enemies, found in chests, buried underground, and minerals sitting in the environment. Your kindred will need rescuing and can be found sheltering in enemy territory or enslaved for more nefarious reasons. The biggest rewards come from big kills. Taking down giant monsters or gods means taking on various body parts to convert to resources. The real challenge in securing your loot is to activate magic portals that transfer it back to your home island. This won't go unnoticed by the monsters and gods. The islands react dynamically, and the more you anger the gods of the island, the more trouble you will face. When you return to the home island, you can use that loot to repair and upgrade buildings and to further upgrade your character. Upgrading and customizing your home island allows you to do several things. Add defenses to protect your island from enemy attacks. Upgrade farms and mines to boost your economy. Build an impressive Tower of Might that directly boosts your character's health and magic stats. Eventually, you'll be able to open trading routes with your friends and visit each other's home islands to help each other to upgrade. You can provoke enemy raids onto your island, invite your friends to help, and face off together the waves of powerful foes and share in the loot. That was a brief overview of our game, Almighty Kill Your Gods. Thank you for your time.
I'm taking the lead. Don't mind if I do. All this rust is starting. Cover me.
Got it.
Are you okay?
You go, girl.
I got your back.
Sweet.
Oh, no, you don't.
Are you all right? Wanna see something new? 3, 2, 1.
Go, go, go! Eat it!
See you around.
That was easy. A drone parking platform. I was wondering why we hadn't seen one yet.
It doesn't look in too bad a shape.
Yeah. It must have fallen to the ground when its gyro stabilizer ran out of flow.
Weren't you just looking for one of those? A gyro stabilizer?
I was, but I need a gyro stabilizer designed for flight, not a ground-based gyro stabilizer.
What's the difference?
Well, first of all, the flight gyros cost 3 times as much. And secondly, Plute. I think I've been getting scammed my whole life.
Ooh. At least this one is free. So, are we bringing it home?
We're bringing it home.
Let me know if I can help.
Great oaks from little acorns grow.
All right, give me those medical plants of yours. Time to fire up the synthesizer. With this thing, we'll be right back on our feet.
Are you sure you know how?
I have a synthesizer in my ship. Of course I know how these work.
No, wait, that's not the way.
I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because at this stage, you should...
Look, I've always done it this way, and it's always worked out. You're not gonna tell me how to use my own synthesizer.
All right. All right, as you wish.
Haha! There! What do you say about that?
All right. I didn't know you could also do it that way.
And?
Sorry I doubted you.
And?
I love you?
Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but it'll do.
Funny story, a lot of people on the internet call me Trash Sailor. They just leave off the sailor part. Anyway, each and every one of us probably has a beloved memory of an adventure game, whether it be riding our motorcycle in full throttle, saving Clem in The Walking Dead, or cursing Tim Schafer's name. Let's check out a bunch of games that hope to make you scratch your head before a eureka moment.
There's been a murder. Last night, Paradise was killed. I'm investigation freak Lady Love Dies, reporting for duty. It's my job to scour the streets of Paradise and hunt for evidence. Any one of these psychopaths could have done it. Breathing life back into Paradise won't be easy. When love dies, all that remains are the facts. Paradise Killer, coming soon.
What's up, Justin from the Mix, and once again, I want to thank you all for supporting the Guerrilla Collective. Our idea here is to support developers of all shapes and sizes and make it so that you can find your next favorite game. I want to thank our partners too, who submitted so many games, partners like Humble Games, who brought you all of these gems.
Kindling to the fire. I love to raid.
My squad is locked and loaded.
I was just another girl from the country. In love, I followed a boy's promises to Paris, and I was abandoned. But I chose to stay, to live for myself and seek my own passions without him. It was challenging at first. So many parties by so many people. Who to court, who to snub. Soon I had pawns of my own, tailors, bodyguards and spies. My star was rising and quickly, but I made a single false step. Yet my story didn't have to end like this. It could have been so much more.
What is it like to be loved and so adored? If I could be just as good as you, I'll never have to wonder. Good enough for you, I won't lose to you. Look at me now, it's showtime.
A creeping curse that swallows you whole, fallen, broken, lost control, and now its choice is in your hands. The ring of pain and its demands.
A very special treat. Chris Charla from ID at Xbox is here. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you? Are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, the show is awesome, and yeah.
I appreciate it. Chris,
I will enjoy it. I will enjoy it.
Chris, for those who don't know, what is ID at Xbox?
So ID at Xbox is a program that we have at Microsoft that helps people, independent developers, get their games onto Xbox and other Microsoft platforms. And we provide things like, obviously, platform access and free dev kits, but also promotional support, like some business analytics, everything we can to help developers succeed and just be able to focus on the game while we help take some of the other weight off their shoulders.
And that's one of the things I've loved about it. You guys have been around for 7 years now, and the amount of indies you've had. Making a game is tough enough, but then trying to enter the fray of publishing it, marketing it, getting all these different things out there, you're there to help, and that's amazing. I have to ask, is ID at Xbox continuing into the Xbox Series X generation?
We are, yeah, absolutely. We already got Xbox Series X dev kits out to developers. We're sending tons more out this summer. And we've actually announced a few titles. Scorn, Medium, Call the Sea, we all showed as Xbox Series X optimized games. Those are all actually also going to be launching into Xbox Game Pass day and date, which is super cool. So yeah, like we're like...
Chris, you've brought a bunch of ID at Xbox games to show us right now. What's the standout one to you?
Man, they're all pretty cool. I will call out a couple. I think Dead Static Drive is really, really neat. It's from Mike Blackney and the guys at Team Fan Club. It's from Melbourne, Australia. And I would almost say it's kind of got that Melbourne look. It's really stylized, kind of pastel-y. It's gorgeous and super, super fun to play.
Well then, Chris, thank you for your time. Thank you for all the service you give the industry.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm super stoked to see the event.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's a bunch of ID at Xbox games.
Hi, I'm Megan, and this is Skatebird. It's a game about trying your best. Now, why skateboarding birds in particular? I came across a GIF of skateboarding, like actual skateboarding birds, a couple of years ago, and it blew my mind. I like birds just in general, and skateboarding birds was like holy cheese. I grew up in the 90s playing skateboarding games, and as a genre, they just kind of stopped existing, and that's lame. I love these, so I'm making one because they're awesome. And I'm hoping that I can share some of what Kid Me loved about them with you when Skatebird comes out in early 2021. And I really hope you'll enjoy it.
Throw giant boulders, shock them with lightning strikes, cast a giant firewall, or snipe enemies from afar with ice lance. You can even combine your elemental spells like Toxic Cloud and Flame Wall to roast your enemies with Dragon Fire. You'll also be able to take your fight to the skies with unique movement abilities that change the often vertical battlefield. Fly, dash, and teleport across the map to take on other breakers. While Spellbreak's easy to learn, it has endless depth, making it the perfect showcase for your skills and playmaking moments. You define how you play with your class, talent, and loot choices. Spellbreak is releasing later this year. See you in the HoloLands.
The Falconeer is an open-world air combat game where you play as a mounted warrior on top of a giant bird of prey. It's a fantasy twist on dogfighting and air combat, focusing on really fast and agile turning battles, in which you take on a variety of fantastical enemies such as warbirds, giant airships, pirate ships, and of course the Ursea equivalent of dragons. The Ursea being the fantastical setting for this game, a bleak and vast ocean world full of tall ships and hardy sea folk. You'll be a part of all these struggles, but you'll also be trying to uncover the dark secrets that are hidden beneath the waves of the Ursea.
The Forgotten City is an open-world murder mystery in an ancient Roman city caught in a time loop. In it, you'll discover the ruins of an ancient underground city, travel 2,000 years into the past, and talk to its inhabitants. You'll learn about a mysterious divine law called the Golden Rule, under which if even one person commits a sin, everyone dies. Somebody in the city is about to break that law, and it's your job to figure out who and stop them. Fortunately for you, when disaster strikes, you can race back to the time portal from which you emerged and restart the day over again, retaining everything you've learned and collected. Exploiting this time loop allows you to foil assassination plots, avert fatal accidents, and much more. The Forgotten City has multiple endings, so your decisions matter. The fate of the city is very much in your hands.
Trash Sailors is a co-op game about sailing on a slapdash raft. We have local and online multiplayer of up to 4 people, so you can create the most disorganized team in sailing history. After years of ocean pollution, a giant trash tsunami flooded the planet. You are the castaways on a small raft in the middle of nowhere. Now you have to travel across the ocean and find yourself a new home. You are the trash sailors that will need to steer, fight, repair, and get resources, usually at the same time. Garbage is your main resource and the most valuable thing in this world. The game has awesome hand-drawn graphics, a lot of trash places to visit, and tons of enemies. Trash Sailors is coming out in 2020.
Call of the Sea is a first-person adventure puzzle game set in the 1930s in the far reaches of the South Pacific. You take the role of Nora, a woman who has crossed an ocean in the search of her husband's missing expedition.
We had the luck of having actress Cissy Jones as the voice of Nora. We adored her acting in Firewatch and her ability to create a strong presence with only her voice.
It is a tale of self-discovery and exploration not only of the island but of the character's inner self.
We have crafted beautiful scenes that you will have to explore to put the pieces of the story together. Puzzles will feel like something that will push the narrative forward and never hinder your progress.
The island will hold many secrets that you will have to unveil, explore ruins of a forgotten civilization and occult mysteries.
Dead Static Drive. We describe the game as Grand Theft Cthulhu. It's a horror survival adventure game. You're traveling through small-town America, making your way home and making money where you can. But the places you visit are strange and getting stranger. Make friends, get money, find places to stay and ways to eat. As your friends start to disappear, they're replaced with twisted creatures, and it becomes clear that more than just your survival is at stake. We give you a car. Now scavenge for things you'll need to survive, things you'll need to build, and things you'll use to hunt monsters. But don't get too comfortable unless you've got friends to look out for you.
Welcome to Elk is a story game with lots of unique designed minigames. You play as a young woman called Frigg who travels to the island of Elk where everyone you meet has a story to tell. Some stories are lighthearted, others dark and tragic. But all of them come from true stories told by my brother Lauge and my parents from their travels to places like Greenland. In Welcome to Elk, you will also meet the people who told the stories we use in the game. Welcome to Elk is a mystery where the fourth wall will be broken down, and you will, like Frigg in the game, find yourself somewhere between truth and tall tales. You can choose to believe what you want, but we made this game based on real people.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks for coming by and reminding us all that people make these games. I know that might sound silly, but we all get so caught up in review scores, backlogs, and moving on to the next big title that I think it's easy to forget the thousands of people who work late nights and long hours so their vision can be achieved and we can be entertained. In fact, let's hear from a few of our friends from Wings as to why they make games.
We're Wings. You may have heard of us from the GDC Relief Fund.
With the help of our amazing sponsors, we have raised over $290,000 and helped about 200 indie developers recoup their travel costs.
That was just a side quest. Our main mission is to invest in awesome games by women and developers of marginalized backgrounds.
Wings is creating opportunities to bring more diversity to the game industry.
Here are some of the awesome games and developers Wings has supported already.
Don't Forget Me, it's a narrative, memories, investigation game that will be available on Steam. The gameplay mixes up an adventure game and a search for keywords. In this cyberpunk world, ruled by a one-party government, everyone has an implanted chip that records their memories. Memories that you can explore in a clinic with a machine that says...
And Later Daters was interesting to us because we thought that seniors and older people are left out of the dialogue of what it is to be passionate and to be in love and to feel the need for connection. Like, we just don't see it portrayed very often in a way that's sympathetic or in a way that's sexy, charming.
I get to work with really lovely and supportive people at Bloom Digital. I have tons of fun thinking of crazy ideas during our meetings.
While dating sims and visual novels are still a fairly niche form of gaming, its audience is extremely passionate, and it's been really nice to see as the game has been launched, it embraced by that community, by the queer community, for its heartwarming and wholesome message.
You play as Lord Winklebottom, the gentleman giraffe detective, and you're aided by your companion, Dr. Reginald Frumple, the hippo. You're tasked with solving the murder of your old school friend, Admiral Gilfrey, the axolotl. I've always been a big fan of murder mysteries, and I wanted to bring a new twist to the classic genre. The game was initially funded with a successful Kickstarter in 2019, and Wings has helped increase my funding, which will help improve the game development even more.
Pushing and Pulling in Blockland is a cooperative arcade game in which you have to push blocks to defeat monsters. You can also match 3 blocks of the same color to get a power-up. There are 5 themed walls with unique monsters, and at the end of each wall there is an epic boss fight. We decided to make this game when Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch. We wanted to make a game that could be fun to play by the whole family, and it had to be cooperative, since the console already has 2 controllers attached.
World premiere.
Hi, my name is Forrest Dowling, and I'm the creative director on Drake Hollow. Today I'm going to be giving you a first look at some campaign gameplay. Let's check it out. Alright, so I'm just coming back to base now. I've been off exploring. I found this seed that was left for me long ago, and basically my job now is to bring it back and have my friend Billy Whiskers here transform it into an actual weapon that I can use. So I'm just going to talk with him, report back. He's sort of this mystic who's maybe a charlatan, but it seems like he might be able to get this job done. Alright, so he told me I just need to start the ritual. So first I'm just going to take a quick look around. So this is really the core of what this game is about, is building these bases. You see some drakes running around. I've got pinball machines and swing sets and lobster tanks and water tanks and windmills, all just kind of providing food and water and entertainment for them, and beds and places to sleep. So we do use 2D cutscenes throughout the game to advance the story, you know, for sequences that might be a little too complicated to justify doing with all in-engine 3D assets. So Billy's doing his dance here, transforming the seed into a weapon I can use. But it looks like that's got the attention of the local feral. So raid is incoming. Just gonna get to some high ground here and take a look around. I set up that jump pad just to get me up on the bunk bed so I can get a nice vantage point. I'm gonna go to bow and arrow and take a look. Alright, so got a couple grunts rolling in right now. They're going straight for the Tesla coil. Actually the decoys I set up next to it. And the Tesla coil is going to give me a lot of help taking out those guys. And he is attacking the wall to try and get through, but I'm just going to get his attention. I'm really not paying enough attention here. I am kind of getting pretty beat up. I'm just going to try and kite these guys over to this Tesla coil because it's going to help me out a lot. They've got decoys to keep them busy. They've got a Tesla coil to do damage. So those things you're hearing, those are the proximity mines that are dropped by the fangs. They're kind of these ranged area denial enemies. Alright, I got a straggler over here. I am not doing great. I'm going to run back like a coward to my Tesla coil again and let it do some work for me, because I am really on death's door here. Alright, this guy's just lurking. I gotta do some... Oh, and the last wave, it is the Terminator, this guy. And, yeah, he said hello. Alright, I'm just going to revive here, and takes a little bit of a durability hit, but saves a little time. Alright, I'm going to go back to high ground and look for this guy. Alright, there he is, just kind of lurking. And I'm going to say hello right back. I don't have a lot of arrows, so I really can't do this for too long. I'm going to try and reflect his shot back at him. Alright, so this summon is one of many attacks this guy's got. I can't hurt him until I take out these goons. I'm just going to drop a decoy. I want to keep them busy in around this other Tesla coil I've got. And eventually they will decide that you're more interesting than a decoy, but it's a good way to draw enemies into a specific location. Now I'm going to try and do as much range stuff with this guy as possible, because he's got some really heavy close range attacks. But I am going to run out of ammo pretty soon here. Yep. There we go. my balloon launcher. But I only have a couple of balloons. Here's another one of his attacks. He drops these brambles around, and they just become obstacles that can clutter up the battlefield. Alright, I'm sort of looking at what I've got. What's got durability, what's got ammo. Down to a couple shots. Alright, it's melee time. Deflect that shot back. Ah, perfect. He just walked himself right into that Tesla coil. So, oh, I'm getting... Oh, there he goes. Alright, the other one took care of it. And here is a chest that spawns at the end of a raid, just to give me some good loot and reward me for my troubles. So yeah, that is a look at Drake Hollow campaign gameplay. We're coming out on July 17th, and we're coming to Xbox One, Steam, and the Windows 10 store. Thanks so much for watching.
We're almost done for the day, but before we go, what if we took a stroll around the world? While 2020 has been a trash fire, you can't deny that the ease of sharing art and experiences is great. So we thought, what better way to close out day 2 of the Guerilla Collective than with a slew of announcements from some studios around the world.
You are the president. Lead the country into ruin or repair. Will you honor your election promises? The country's future depends on your choices. How will you lead?
Exclusive. premiere.
And with that, day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective is complete. Thank you to everyone who submitted their games, talked about the industry, and most importantly, watched.
We still have one more day of demos starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific.
That'll be packed with deep dives, devs, and gameplay. But until then, it's been our pleasure to serve you. The Guerrilla Collective thanks its gold sponsor, ID at Xbox.
As well as all of these supporting sponsors.